Hi, my name is Dawn and this is Danny with Travel with D&D. We'd like to thank you for coming and joining us and spending your time with us. For those of you who have subscribed, we thank you so much for spending your time with us and coming back. And for those of you who have not subscribed, we ask that you please do so. But I think you'll enjoy this episode. This is one of my favorites. So I'm going to let Danny take it from here.
Hey, you guys, today is a blast from the past. So we wanted to, one of the things we wanted to do with this channel is get all of our memories together, because we've done many cruises on many different lines. And this is the story about the time we discovered MSC. So it's 2012 and I'm on the internet, I'm looking, and I see this new cruise line starting in America called MSC. So I look it up and it's like these container ships and I'm, oh geez, what kind of cruise line is this gonna be, Believe it or not, I found a deal on a Groupon. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Groupon, but Groupon's like a buy one, get one thing. And MSC could not sell in the beginning. They just could not sell. So I found this Groupon to buy one, get one, and I bought this thing called a Yacht Club, which was a ship within the ship, And so this is MSC's second ever cruise in the United States on the MSC Divina. Their first cruise was actually a charter. So this was their first scheduled ship departure. And we're going to talk a little bit about that experience on MSC. And first we'll start out with the boarding and the cabin.
Well, thank you. I remember finding out a lot about the ship. Sophia Loren was part of the inauguration of it. They had a Sophia Loren penthouse in the Yacht Club. I mean, this is exciting stuff. And traveling a lot, even as a child, I was real excited to go because there was a lot of things that were going to go on that they used to do with old-time cruising they were doing on this cruise. So I was super excited. From the time being dropped off in Miami and being treated like royalty as soon as you got off out of the car, they were like, Yacht Club, and taking the bags and walking you and surpassing all the people that were online and having your own reception area, which other places do. But behind me, I could hear Danny going, oh, you're loving this.
Oh, I said that, the guy's walking her through with the sign that says Yacht Club and she's following along. And I said, she's loving this. I mean.
Yeah, you grabbed the bags, didn't have to do a thing, brought us to the lounge, checked in, very smooth.
Unpacked the bags,
steamed your clothes. I did my personables, but they also would pack them too.
I did my personables too.
The butler would walk you everywhere. Swarovski crystals in the stairs in the concierge area, and you get to the different levels of Yacht Club, the pool area, butler service upstairs too at the pool area. Food up there being served there. They would set up your chair, give you towels. I mean, everything. So I enjoyed every bit of it. The hospitality, the service. Remy was our butler. Loved him.
Yeah, he was
great
good.
Man. Great,
he was
great
awesome.
Man.
Yeah, and you know what? Our cabin in the Yacht Club was right across from the entrance to the Topsail Lounge. So we were like in and out of there to grab the little snacks they'd have and just the cappuccinos and we really lived large. It was an 11-day cruise, which at that time was a long cruise for us to be able to, because we were working real hard in our careers, but the room was fantastic. The pool was fantastic. The Topsail Lounge was awesome. So
the Topsail Lounge was awesome in every single way you can imagine. Different parts of the day, depending on if you wanted to go. Because the one thing about the Divina, the restaurant was in the back.
Yeah, because
So you had to either go up in where the pool area is in the main area, because other people couldn't get into your area.
Yeah, that was
Which was
like
kind of unfair for them to not be able to get to see the front of the ship and see what was going on. But if it was windy and you were dressed up in gown, because you got dressed up in gowns, this was around Christmas time we went,
yeah,
and you got dressed. That was traditional cruising. And so you would either go on that deck or they would go through the shop. So you took your pick, but the butler would walk you everywhere. We were like, Remy, you're busy enough. After a while, we were like, we could get there. It's not a problem. But they reserved the theater seats for Yacht Club guests only, first 3 rows. I mean, it was really very, very nice how they treated us. But the Top Tail Lounge had different things like bagels and little continental breakfast stuff in case you didn't want to go to the restaurant, right?
Yeah, so on the food area, to me that was a drawback. I mean, I for a couple of reasons. And then remember, this was only their second cruise, so they were even inquiring of us, what do Americans like? How can we do this best and all that. I know I told them at one time that Americans like to wear fruit on their heads. And they were actually like buying.
Really?
Yeah, I had to tell them. No, I was just joking. But anyway, you had to walk across the Windy to the pool or to the restaurant, because it's not like the ship in a ship now where they have everything together. And it was windy, and if it was lunchtime, I mean, you had people in their bathing suits right outside the windows, and so and you're trying to eat lunch, and so I didn't think that the restaurant location was good at all. And the other thing is that the food back then, they were really struggling, and I've read and seen a lot of things about MSC when it comes to food, but I got to tell you, back then this was the primo suites, and so the food kind of suffered. I mean, there was one guy sitting with his wife, and he was going, "It's not good," and his wife was like, "Shh," and he goes, "Well, if it's not good, it's not good," and he,
Can you leave it at that?
Yeah, I mean, but I
so
really.
we had fun, the entertainment alone, but they were more geared toward the European taste, which is fine. Each country has their own taste and how they like things and what they like for breakfast, what they like for dinner, how they like things cooked. So I was pretty specific on what I wanted, so I could find things that I would enjoy. If I didn't like something, I sent it back. I mean, we paid for it, you send it back. But it was funny hearing the different, because you could hear the different conversations going on. But it was beautiful, and they decorated the
restaurant.
beautifully for Christmas.
It was pretty, but in fairness to them, they had no point of reference. I mean, there had not been any cruises before. There had not been any surveys done, so they had no point of reference. But if I had to say of the whole experience on the Yacht Club, it was wonderful, except for the food and the restaurant location,
which wasn't the waitstaff's fault. They came
No, they were
by
great. They were
and
great.
They tried to talk to us because they knew we would tell them, and they were like, "What are Americans like?" And that's when he put the kumquat on his head, and they're like, "So they like fruit salad on their head?" And
they
were amazing.
They were
would do
great guys.
anything we wanted, and any special requests they were willing to do. What else?
So another highlight on that ship was the entertainment. I mean, the entertainment was over the top. I mean, it was amazing. They had this contortionist that was in one of the shows, and a great Michael Jackson impersonator,
like an Alice in Wonderland.
So they were really, really good. I still think to this day, pushing towards 40 cruises done, I would have to say that was probably. It's right in the top of the entertainment we've ever seen on a ship. So
I don't know what like we said, this is our lovely memory. I don't know how that is now, but it was absolutely unbelievable what we saw. We were just like,
Yeah, and we're gonna get back and do Yacht Club again and give it a second look. I'm not gonna get a group on now, that's for sure. But we're gonna do it, and we had one scheduled on the Meraviglia during the pandemic, and so obviously that one bit the dust. We didn't get to do that, but I think Seaside we had one too. So we're gonna get back there and give it another shot. We just wanted to share this special memory for us, because this is back when MSC was brand new to the United States.
Yeah, and we went all the excursions, specifically Yacht Club was the front.
Yeah.
And that's what you were seated right there. When we went on the ferry for the Panama Canal, that was the first partial transit, that was Yacht Club.
If you watched our Panama Canal video there, the picture of me touching a wall, we both touched a wall. That's when we got on a little tiny boat, you know, for the MSC excursion. It was a partial transit, so we just went on this little tiny one, and that was.
You got to see how it was built.
Yeah, it was
walls
really,
of it. It was just amazing.
Yeah, it was really awesome, you know. So listen, everybody, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you so much. Please give a thumbs up and any comments or questions that you have.
Yes,
this
talk
was a beautiful
to us.
memory to us, and we hope that you enjoy seeing what we have to share. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, you guys. Bye.
Bye bye.